All right, we're the Real South Africa Travel and Tourism. We are the company that's bringing several people to South Africa for the very first time. And of course, we're going to bring you as well. Just reach out to us via our website. But now go ahead and like and subscribe to this video and get more content because we're bringing it to you. See you on the inside.
Yeah, it's going to be hard to
the apartheid museum. That
was a heavy day. But we needed that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was a heavy day. The apartheid.
I explain to people that it's a heavy day. I usually don't put too many things after that, if the schedule doesn't allow it, because you do need to process a lot of the information, because it can make you mad, but it also makes you see some similarities as well in our own history. But you do need to go there and take it all in and then purge it so that you don't get all that bad juju off of you, and then finish enjoying the rest of the country in a more positive way.
Yeah, by going by Mr. George.
Mr. George's.
Mr. George, drown ourselves in our sorrow.
I can only imagine if you were like, and I'm going to segue back to his family. Our niece was here, and I think she went to 2 places every day because she was determined that she was going to try everything on the menu. And she said her first night at Mr. George, she tried at least 7 different things, and she ate them all.
Yep.
She said, "Yep." Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly what I'm talking about.
Curry chicken wings, and I was.
Yeah.
He said, "Stop." He said, "You licking your fingers." I was like, "Oh, I didn't know I was licking my fingers." I was in it. I was in it. Yeah, it was that. Everything we tried was excellent. Yeah, excellent.
What was your favorite besides the peri peri wings?
The lamb chops.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
Lamb chops are incredible here. Yeah, because in the States we don't eat them often because they're expensive, and I don't know why, but yes, since I've been here, lamb chops are the top of the food chain.
If you could eat lamb chops every day,
yeah,
you
most
would.
days. Yeah, most days. That
You'll be like, oh boy.
But there's other foods that we just
No, we do eat a lot of different things.
Yeah. So would you highly recommend, like, for example, you have a friend and they're like, we're planning on going to Hawaii, for about a week or so just to go out there first time. Would you recommend Hawaii, or would you recommend coming to South Africa?
South Africa.
South
Africa.
Johannesburg, actually. Yes. I haven't even been anywhere else, but I'm like, I want that experience again. You should go do that. Do exactly what I did. And exactly the way I did it with the Real South Africa. Like, don't pass go, just go directly to the Real South Africa.
Yeah.
It was, yeah. Because I like to plan trips, but
that was well planned. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. No, we appreciate you saying that, because we people again, I'm keep referencing calls because we get a lot of calls, a lot of emails and stuff, and people are concerned about the trip being planned, and I'm gonna tell you what I generally do. We listen to them, just kind of see what type person they are, and then we say, okay, we can put this in there, we can put that in there, kind of like music. You put this chord in, you put this note in, and then it sounds like something. And all of a sudden you got Purple Rain. I mean, who knows? So that's what we try to do. So some people be like, well, what hotel am I going to stay in? I'm like, we got so many offerings.
Just gotta wait and see.
Yeah, we got so many offerings for hotels based off, their situation. For you guys, you guys landed there. But we got stuff throughout the entire country, like all over the country. Because we actually are tourism here in South Africa. We're not, we're tourism. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
Whatever we need, whatever we want to do, we can get it. So we try to, give people custom, situations. And I think Tasha was chatting with you, or myself. I can't remember which one of us, but it panned out that it was good, for you guys to be where you were.
Yeah.
And obviously it worked out.
And it was just based on some conversations. I mean Dr. Ross, because you made it very clear that Boyd was a after 10 p.m. person, and you were like, I need to be someplace in case he needs to get missing. He don't have to get missing far. So I'm glad that you joined him on that, because it seems like on most occasions you probably would have been like, go ahead, boy, I'm gonna catch you later. But this was a situation where you were like, you know what? I'm on vacation. The kids aren't here. Let me do this with him, and it worked out perfect.
Exactly. Yeah. And I resisted the urge to say, can we have a room with a view? Or what hotel are we going to say so I can Google it first? Like, I didn't do it. I wanted to.
Thank you for not doing that. I'd have been like,
mm-mm. And I'm glad, because sometimes when you do too much, you end up causing confusion, and then it's anxiety, and then it's a lot of like, miscommunication.
Thank you for saying that. I needed to hear it. Appreciate it.
You are hitting it on the head. You're actually, here's the other half of the story, and I probably shouldn't say it, but I'm going to say it. A lot of Europeans come down here. Obviously, you realize that on the plane. There are a lot of Europeans, and so things are kind of geared towards them as far as the service part. And so when we show up, they don't really know how to deal with us, because there's not that many Black Americans that come here. So they don't really know, where to put us. They can't put us in the European model of things, because they only like what they like, and they do the things that they do. But everywhere that we put people, we've been there, we spend time there, we talk with these people, we do a lot. So they know what I want, and I know what we want over there in the Northern Hemisphere. We know what we want when we travel. And so we make sure that happens, even though to them it's like, well, why do they want, washcloths? Because we use washcloths. Okay, we will put washcloths in the rooms, but we don't understand why Europeans don't really use washcloths so often. I'm just saying.
Be quiet. Stop.
But it matters.
Look at Boy. He's like, I don't want to touch that one right now. Yeah. Let that go.
Yeah.
So you gotta go back to work, Colleen, but thank you for watching.
Yeah, but it happens. So we make sure certain things are there so you feel comfortable, versus you going into a European situation where they just don't see it, that way.
Same way we see it.
Yeah. So, but it works. It works. So
now we have washcloths. I didn't even know that was an option not to.
Exactly.
There are.
But it's important.
Yes.
So we make sure those things are available. And they got to go out and buy them, put them in there.
Yeah.
I don't care. We need to have it, because that's how we operate here at the Real South Africa. So cool. Is there anything in particular you would like the people to know about? Anything about your SA experience?
Everything.
It is hard to sum up. It really is.
Yeah.
Say, like, I would say to the people in South Africa, thank you, because we had an amazing time, and a large part of it was them. We spent time in Soweto. We went back to Soweto just to hang out, and it was nice. It was just comfortable and easy, and so that's welcome. So we thank you for that. And then I would say to the people in America, particularly Black Americans or whatever diasporans, just go. Just go. Just go. Don't go to Cancun. Don't go to Tulum, Mexico, Jamaica. We love Jamaica. We're Jamaica every year. We go to Jamaica almost, except for but just go.
Yeah.
Just go, because it is eye-opening for me and mind-blowing. And I've been to Ghana before, but this is it's a different country, different experience, but it's amazing. Both were amazing. So just go. Yeah. And go with the Real South Africa.
Definitely.
Thank you very much.
Most importantly, if you can do it.
Definitely worth it.
Yeah. Because we try to make it easy. We do the payment plans and all of that, give you the extended, if you plan early enough, you can get the extended payment plans. And if you plan on going, I say, because in December, when it's freezing in the US, it's nice and warm here, hot.
Yeah.
And you could just be here, and you could be here for your second summer and just kind of escape all the weather. I think you guys have pretty much, like, how's the weather there where you guys are?
In Georgia, it is what, 50s, 60s?
Okay, not so
it's
bad.
not too bad.
Yeah.
Not so bad.
It's raining, this, that, and it's kind of cloudy, but it's all right. But yeah, I mean, the weather in South Africa is amazing. It was hot some of the days, but then in the night it was cool, which I really
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, it's actually cool now. It was pretty warm today, even though we had rain. I think we got rain set up for the next few days, but it's okay. I'll be okay. I won't be able to get in the pool or anything, but
You'll be fine.
I know. Cool.
Yeah.
But I will say, and I'm glad you hit on the points about going to other places, because believe it or not, people get a little hung up sometime on, is it all Black owned? I remember when we were a Black owned business in the US, and we're Black owned business now, believe it or not. When we had another company, people kept saying Black owned, but those Black people wasn't coming to our shops. They were going to the other shops. We have more white people coming in anything to our business, to our physical therapy businesses. And we were pretty successful. So my point I'm trying to make to you, because you guys decided to come here, everybody that you met, everybody got a little piece of the action all the way up to the top. From the people who served you, from the people who made that, major beds, there in that nice comfortable mattress. Yeah. Everybody got a little bit. For every little tip you guys gave, everything that you done, it matters. And the good part about it is when we do it for each other, i.e., you guys come here or any of our travelers come here and they giving tips, people remember that. So like when we go to Durban and we walk into one of the hotels that we send people to, the hotel people, like, the real South Africa here, hey, Mark and Tasha, thanks for sending those people, because they left good tips. We got to keep our jobs. We worked a little bit more, which they don't mind working at all. Obviously, here in South Africa, they don't mind working at all. And so it really helps the economy tremendously. It really does. It really, 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 really does. So that's why I really appreciate the fact that people such as yourself and others have trusted us to say, to come here, and then we guide them what they need to do. But they're free. They get to do what they want. They're not stuck on a resort somewhere for 5 days just eating the food that's given. You get to do your thing, but we know that is contributing, to everyone. Everybody that you see is benefiting from tourism here in the Republic of South Africa.
So thank you for being a tourist and traveling with us.
It was our pleasure. It really was.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you 10 times.
Next year.
I wanted to go back.
Say again?
He said next year. I said I want to go back this year. We figure something.
Come on back. Come on back.
Just come on.
Later.
Yeah. We'll figure it out.
We plan it. We're in the works of planning something out with the kids and the days and the time off.
Yeah,
so we're working on it.
I'll wait to hear from you then.
Yeah. Hey, and lastly, I'd say this. Hopefully, this, obviously you guys will inspire a few people to come in, and they will inspire. Unfortunately, we can't interview everyone because we just can't, because we're, like I said, I'm going to Limpopo, I'm going to Mpumalanga, and we're actually going out there to stir it up. Yeah. We're going out there to stir it up. I'm like, hey, this is what I'm just, and they're nice guys, but I stir it up a little bit so we can get a nice, I can find out who's who in the zoo and who's willing to, support our efforts in reference to, bringing in these Black Americans, because we need certain things.
Yeah.
And so that means when people come, I might not be able to have an opportunity to, interview them or even talk to them. But I think most people are adults, people that we bring, and they absolutely, enjoy South Africa properly. So, and you guys did it well. You guys are the example at this point.
We're still on that high. We're still there.
It'll every time you think about it, you're gonna ride that wave for a long time.
Yeah.
You're gonna ride that wave for a long time. It's gonna be inspiration and motivation that you didn't even not know existed.
Yeah.
It's gonna be there.
I already put things in place to like change so that we can get back into that we can do some of the things that we actually want to do in country. So we a lot.
All right, I like it. Stay motivated.
Yeah.
Stay motivated.
Yeah. And then like I said, that's why we always tell people to come on a trip. We got those that say, well, I just want to move there. I say, you got to kind of understand what's going on here first. Like you guys have a good understanding now of what's going on here in South Africa. And as you continue to go back and forth, because you will, I'm sorry to tell you, you're just going to be doing this for a long time until, either you may stay in the US or you might decide to spend a lot of time over here, which is very possible, but you can't do that until you come see what it's all about.
100%.
You don't need to be coming here trying to find a place to stay and the whole paddling like a duck under the water type thing. Then you would miss everything that you guys talked about. You would miss it if you were just trying to figure out how to survive. So that's why we always say come as a tourist, and then after that, now you're motivated.
Right.
Yeah. So
and we kind of have an idea of the lay of the land too. I mean, and we didn't see everything, not nearly everything, but we kind of know spots. We got a few spots that we like.
Right? That's my spot. Yeah, I love it.
Cool. Okay. Well, that's all I have, and I think people have been commenting. I don't know if you can see the comments, but people have been commenting, and then of course this video will be available. You can see yourselves over there. And then just read the comments because people are really happy that you guys came. A lot of South Africans are making comments and whatnot. So, but that's all I have. Is there anything you have, Tasha?
No, I'm just gonna say thank you again. It was lovely having you here. I do hope that you guys will return, and I will look forward to keeping in touch and hearing from you guys again soon.
Definitely.
Okay. Thank you guys
so much.
We appreciate it.
Thank you guys. Have a good night.
A good evening.
I'm sorry, good evening.
Good afternoon.
Whatever it is. Have a good rest of the week.
Thank you.
All right, bye guys. Bye-bye.
All right, guys. I hope you are enjoying our broadcast. I'm sorry we haven't been doing more lives, but we will do a little bit more lives. But we have a hard time with that because we're always out somewhere, as you guys probably know. We had the opportunity to go to the premiere of Kings of Joburg, the second season. That was incredible.
And if you haven't seen the first season, please watch it and start freshly on season 2.
Or you can start at season 2, episode 4 if you choose. It's up to you. You can do whatever you want.
Yeah, you don't have to watch it. You can watch it backwards, I guess, if you really want to.
Yeah. You can do whatever. You can do whatever you want. But it was
whatever you want.
Yeah, but that was a good experience. I was just so glad that Samad Davis, he's an American, but he's the executive producer, and invited us out and said, hey, we really want you guys to be on the red carpet, and it was a good time for us to meet the cast and crew, and I think it's a very proper setup. We were actually laughing just today because one of the scenes that I think was in season 2, episode 2 or 3, one of them.
It was 2.
When they were shooting it, we was actually on
the set.
Yeah, thank you for pat.
I'm sorry, I was so excited. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, she's excited.
I was excited.
Yeah, but we were on the set that day, so when we saw that, oh yeah, I remember that because they shot it like several times.
Yeah.
And whatnot, but they really did put their work in, and then of course, Connie Ferguson and all the professionals that put that together. It was absolutely amazing. So especially if you're in the US, if you want to get another look at Joburg, or we call it Joburg here, but it's for you proper people. It's what?
Johannesburg. Or if you're from the South, Johannesburg. It can be whatever you want.
Yeah. So you out yourself when you say Johannesburg. We just say Joburg or Josie. Yeah, it's cool. But yeah, so that's that. But like I said, we want you guys to, obviously like and subscribe to our channel so we can grow, so we can get this out to even more people, so people can see this content and say, hey, South Africa is a whole nother vibe that can actually, be a place that you can go for a proper vacation. If you haven't had a proper vacation, you wouldn't know it if it hit you in the face. However, when you do have one, then you always are going to want to have one. That means you want everything
taken care of.
Yeah. Want everything taken care of. Somebody said that the interview was a little short.
I'm like, it's over an hour.
No, it wasn't too short. I think it was just in time.
Right, yeah.
And maybe when they come back, they have more experiences, then we will bring them back. But like I said, we have a lot of people that are actually on their second, third, and fourth trips back to South Africa. We may not have, put that out because it's kind of difficult to herd all the cats and say, hey, this is what we got going on. Just believe that the real South Africa is doing what we can, and just in our capacity to promote tourism to Africa. I would suggest to anyone, if you're on the fence and you want to go to Ghana or you want to go to anywhere else in Africa, I would say go to Africa, get there as soon as possible. Don't wait for a particular vacation or a what you call it, like a special occasion,
event or an occasion. Just go. Go.
Yeah. But we found South Africa to be right up our alley. For us, it may not be for you, but if it is, or if you don't know it's for you, it's kind of hard to I'm gonna be honest with you, sit on that computer
and do your research
and researching it to the end of time, because you're going to research yourself out of the idea of coming to Africa, because we all know there's just too much negative information out there that is either fan-made or whatever.
Yeah.
It really will be a situation where you come and you have your own experience and you see it for yourself. Yeah. I can't express that enough. And one of the other things that I do want to express is the fact that, if you are coming, you're one of these people that are saying, you know what, I see what you guys are doing. I want to do exactly what you're doing. I will tell you that it took us many years to get to that date, yeah. September 26th, 2018, when we actually moved here. Our journey started a long time ago in 2010, when I was working for the government, and I happened to come here with Vice President Joseph Robinette.
Yes.
Biden. Probably didn't think I knew that. The R stand for Robinette. Anyway, we came here and
too much.
Yeah, I mean, I do know a little much about that.
No, too much.
Yeah, but it was an amazing experience, and I don't want to keep relitigating that story, but it was an absolutely amazing experience, and that made me even more motivated to do what I was going to do in my life, so I can get back here to South Africa. And it took us a long time because we. I had to quit that government job, and it was a good government job, as us in DC say a lot, to start a business, to be motivated enough to do well in that business, or our business, to ultimately have the option when it finally opened up for us. We was like, oh, January 20, what day was that? 26? January 26, when we actually sold our company, what we had in the US, and we moved. And then once we got that, we did a few more months in the US preparing to move here. And then we came here, and we haven't looked back since. And everything has just been, it's just been great. That's really all I can say. So if we made the steps a little bit shorter, it's because we want you to come and see it. You can't get motivated sitting in the US. Would you agree?
No, I mean, just like everybody, just like you hear everybody say, they had no intentions of traveling to South Africa. I had no interest in coming to the continent at all. Like he said, he came here, he brought us back as a family. And then once he did that, everybody bought off into it. But we had to come back several times to understand what it is we were getting ourselves into. So our jobs right now is just to give you that first taste, like we had the first taste, and then from there you'll decide how
you'll figure it out.
You'll figure out how much of South Africa you plan on digesting, and the more you want to consume, the more you'll come back, and then you'll see things blossom for you in a way that you didn't even know your life could look like. So we encourage people to obviously go to our website, book a trip through us. Let us show you South Africa with a fresh set of eyes, with no worries. Like, you heard the Boyd say, basically they had an experience that they didn't even have to worry about anything. They didn't want to ask any of the hard questions or easy questions, but they really just relaxed and allowed us to do what we do best, and that is take care of everything. And that will allow you to actually keep your ears and your eyes open and actually take everything in. So that's how you're able to build a relationship. Come on a tour, do it the proper way, use our services, let us make it easy for you. And then from there, you can hit the ground running and you can enjoy South Africa the way that we do.
Yeah, which is properly. Yeah. And so keep in mind, I mentioned the time 2010. We came back in 2011. And I mean, it's now 2023.
Ooh. Don't say it like that.
It takes some time because, even though we're the real South African, we've been this for a while, even some of our family members, had not come. They've heard about it, had the questions, but, now they're, over time,
Mm-hmm.
1 came, 2 came, wow, 3 came. Now they're like, this is something different.
Yeah.
And then they're bringing their children. Now their children are, in their 30s and 30s
yeah.
and 20s. Like my daughter, and they're finding it. Now these young people are finding South Africa to be a whole new vibe. I think Megan sent you a whole bunch of videos just today.
Oh my gosh, she sent me like 60 different videos and pictures, and she was just like, she was so funny. She sent me a message within a day or two of returning home, and her roommate is an amazing cook and she likes to try new things. So her roommate was working on this pork belly taco recipe, and she was like, when she landed, she was like, my roommate's working on this pork belly taco. I can't wait to try when I get home. So she's here for 2 weeks. She eats the food here. Her roommate is excited to have her back at home. She makes this pork belly taco and she sends a message and she says, this pork belly taco is trash.
Yeah, just because
she's eating
food, yeah.
so many good things here. And she said the same thing that you heard the Boyd say. She just wanted to go back to Mr. George's.
Yeah, and just eat here.
Just eat there. Yeah. So she's adjusting to the food that her roommate makes, which is obviously awesome on any other occasion. But once you come here, it does make it different. Your palate starts to just want certain things, and it encourages you to come back more often and more often. If you don't come back for anything, you come back for 2 reasons, actually 3. Which is the same reason that we're still here. You come back for the people, you come back for the weather, and you come back for the food.
Yeah, the lifestyle.
Okay, so that's 4.
Yeah, the lifestyle.
Okay, 4.
And a few other things. Another thing that I wanted to bring up, we shot a documentary, a very proper documentary. You would have thought it came out of LA in Hollywood.
Yeah.
No, it's very nice. I'm just,
we went through not changes, but we did it. We hired an actual crew and did all that.
Yeah, we got it done.
Everything.
And because we want to tell our stories, we want to be able to tell it our way. We're not listening to somebody else tell us what it's about. It's just like somebody on the phone per se, or somebody in the US who's contacted us, who's never been to South Africa, is telling me about South Africa. And I've been walking around here every day for the last 5 years, not to include all those visits that I had in between. And they're telling me about South Africa. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm looking around. I don't see all those things you're talking about. And then when I'm trying to tell them what I see, they're like, well, it's not like that. And it's easy to say when you're sitting on that side. So when we did this documentary, all you have to do is just go to our website, realsouthafrica.com. And then once you get there, just scroll down. And I think we even have a trailer on there as well. We have a little trailer, but it kind of gives you an idea of what it's about. And then once you get into it, then you can actually watch it. Yeah, I think you can rent it or you can purchase it. We've had several people purchase it, and
Thank you for those of you that have done that.
Yeah, and a lot of people. I mean, our work is out there because we put work into this, and then of course you can actually you can rent it on one of the platforms. If you're in South Africa, there's anywhere else outside of America, there's another link that's on the website. But if you are in America, you can go to Amazon. It's on Amazon, and then you can get it that way. But it's a, what is it called? It's called The Uncomfortable Truth. And I called it that because it's the uncomfortable truth. Like it's basically there's some African Americans, and then there's some Africans, and we're having a conversation about basically our relationship between the two, and it's pretty in depth. And I think it's a good starting point for what we should be talking about, because in a lot of ways, what we have found, and definitely don't want to get on a soapbox, a pedestal, or anything like that. But I think the best part of us as in the diaspora is that we don't embrace that African side of who we are. We just don't.
We have to first know what that means.
Yeah, and then again, we don't know what that means. And then on the African side, they're like, what do you mean? I mean, that's like the thing. Like, you don't even, and they don't understand why we don't embrace it as much. We know why, because sometimes it could be dangerous. I'm just saying, and whatnot. But again, this is the opportunity. This is a new day. We can actually start coming together on our own. We don't have to take a boat. We can actually come here and spend time together, with food, with drink, and tell our stories to each other.
100%.
And the only thing you're going to find out, I'll give you the Cliff Notes version of this. You're going to find out that we're so similar. We are so similar. You're going to be like, this is crazy. We, especially here in South Africa, they speak English. Sometimes the English words don't cover. Mm-hmm. So they're throwing us, their language, their first language, because English is probably their second or third or fourth language, but they speak English very well, probably better than I do. No, they do. They speak it very well. So for all you South Africans out there, they're like, I wish I spoke like you. Trust me, a lot of Americans, Black Americans, wish they spoke like you and spoke multiple languages, but we just don't. Yeah, we just don't get taught that. And if there is another language, it's a language that's not native to our tongue anyway. But anyway, I will leave that there. But again, for those that are looking at coming to the Republic of South Africa through us, through our company, because we have a company, we have a lot of support staff. You may have not noticed that, but the Boyd and M talked about it. This person, that person. Yeah, we have people that make your trip worthwhile. So go to the website, therealsouthafrica.com. Do you have anything else in parting, Tasha?
Always say thank you. Always say
she's so kind.
I appreciate you guys. Thank you for your support. We will continue to put out good content so that you guys can have a more positive relationship with South Africa, and eventually have a visit so that you can actually build your own relationship with South Africa. And we do hope that we will see you here in sunny South Africa, even though it's dark outside right now, very, very soon.
Yep. Peace.
Bye, guys.
Back by popular demand, you requested it, and here it is. Here are the dates, and all the information you're going to need is on the website. Go ahead and book now. It will be filling up fast because a lot of people want to come to South Africa and look at the real estate.
Hey Mark, thanks so much for allowing me to be a part of this video, but I do want to ask you a question.
Sure, go ahead.
What do you love about what we do?
Well, I just like the fact that we show a lot of professionalism, and I like being a professional. And the biggest thing is I like sharing what we find and what we do with everyone.
I think that what you said is awesome, but what I love about what we do is that we actually take the time to build actual relationships. If you remember, we've talked about this 1,000 times before,
Yeah.
and what makes South Africa so special and what we're able to do is that we actually take the time to build relationships. We don't just go meet someone and, have a short conversation and think that they're going to work with us. We actually take time and invest our time and our abilities and making connections that are going to be lifelong that we can share with other individuals.
Absolutely. And so that's why this real estate tour, I think, was so successful the first time. And of course, the second time around will be just as successful, if not more successful than the first one. Now, the people that came, they voiced to us many times, wow, this tour was amazing. It was great to be able to have access to the properties, being able to know how it works, and then of course having the professionals on hand to answer questions. And then of course after the tour was over, they still can contact them because they're constantly interested. And then of course several people bought homes.
I think the enthusiasm, not just of the people that came, they were enthusiastic before they got here because
Exactly.
They understood that what we were doing was something that was revolutionary, that had never really been done before at this level, and that it did take a lot of work for us to be able to put this together.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't like we put it together by the seat of our pants. We actually took time to build these relationships, as I said earlier, to make sure that everyone in that room got exactly what they deserved and what they paid for. We talk about the construction people, the builders, the developers. To have all those people in one room at the same time was amazing. And we love the fact that we have the support of Joburg Tourism, understanding that investments are a part of what tourism brings to South Africa.
Yeah, just doing it from a professional environment really, really, really helped. And then of course those that were local people here in Johannesburg signed up to work with us so we can bring people this exclusive opportunity to come to South Africa, walk inside these locations in these homes and get the offerings that South Africa has. And so we were really proud that everybody that came trusted us. I think they all went back home super excited, super happy, and for the prospects of purchasing a home here in South Africa. If you did, and if they didn't purchase it now, they're going to purchase it in the future, and they have all the contacts to do so.
I think that because they have the contacts to do so, the contacts are also enthusiastic about hearing from them as well.
All right, it's always good for us to be able to come together and have the opportunity at this location. Right here, they're at Serengeti, one of the estates here in South Africa, and this is the reception that they received at Serengeti. Very good situation. That brother right there is in the belly brother, and of course we got our guests who are here with us in South Africa.
I love the fact that they took the time to not only partner with us in this, but believe in us and put together something at Serengeti that was all encompassing of what Serengeti actually was able to offer, because they were so steadfast in what they put together and believed in what we were trying to do as far as investing in South Africa. What they actually did was put everybody in situations where they have the ability to make lifelong friends, meaning that they grouped everybody together.
Yeah, they did become friends.
And those people literally stuck together based on their configuration. But the way Serengeti did that, allowing everybody to get the same experience, was what kind of made it a situation where everybody was able to bond even more.
Because I think at this point, everybody's lifelong friends. They've been chatting back and forth in the private chats and whatnot. So it was great to see a bunch of African Americans having the opportunity to do something like this here in Africa. I'm going to say is probably something that doesn't happen a lot, but it needs to happen more. And that's why we are doing another real estate tour, because I think the African American community will be embraced like this company, like this whole group was. You will be embraced as well. And then of course they got an opportunity to do plenty more things here in South Africa outside of the real estate tour. So it really worked out well for them. Everybody's happy. And right now we have a couple people that I want you guys to meet. They're going to tell you a little bit about their experience here in South Africa with the real South Africa. So stay with us.
Hello, my name is Toya. I'm from Los Angeles, California. We came today with the Blantons to take a look at this beautiful home here in Serengeti. I would say this home is a great use of space. The natural light is absolutely fabulous. I love the courtyard style in the yard area. There are several bedrooms and a theater room. It is absolutely gorgeous. It definitely made me think about investing in this property.
Hi, my name is Spencer Willington. I'm from Goodyear, Arizona, and I'm here on the Real South Africa tour. It is an amazing tour. I'm having a great time. I wish it was longer. It's only, I think it's 8 or 9 days. But if you get an opportunity to maybe not come out to a real estate tour, but come to South Africa under the Real South Africa. Again, Spencer Willington by way of Goodyear, Arizona. Thanks.
Now that you guys have an idea of what we do and how we do our real estate tours, we are so professional. No one does it like we do. And those were just clips from people who came on the first one. So sign up for the second one now. All right, guys, take a look at our preview to our documentary. It's amazing. So check it out. And then once you've seen the preview, which is coming up next, you can go to our website and view it. Thank you. The Real South Africa is a travel and tourism company. Our overarching focus is to bring to the African diaspora what South Africa has to offer in the realms of tourism and the option to see what's available here in South Africa. And then, of course, if you're looking at trying to relocate to South Africa, then we can assist you in those areas as well.
My husband, named the company, and it made sense simply because of what we're shown in the media when it comes to South Africa. We're never shown, how beautiful the people are, how beautiful the architecture, the fashion, the food. So for us, when we got to experience how people actually have real lifestyles and they love their families and they socialize, like that was more real to us than anything that we had ever been shown, as far as the media is concerned on that side.
What we were taught about South Africa, as a child, we always thought Tarzan, which was ridiculous. We thought, that it was just it was like jungles and stuff to that effect.
The only thing that you hear about South Africa is robberies, hijackings. In fact, I was told that if you get here, if you have a bag in the car, they're going to break your window and take it.
South Africa is presented in a way that it's only shown for you coming here to serve others.
We see some of the films where the kids have flies on their eyes and they need our help, and they're not a developed country, and there's so many negative, it's dangerous. But when you get here, it contradicts everything that you have been told.
All right, everyone, the Real South Africa, we got packages to Cape Town, Johannesburg, Durban, and other places. We would love for you guys to come and enjoy what South Africa has to offer. And of course, as your travel and tourism experts here in South Africa, we can make it all come true. Now, we all know you guys have dreams and aspirations of coming to Africa. A lot of us do, and of course we did too, and that's why we're based here in Johannesburg, the city of gold. A very awesome place, and you're going to enjoy it once you get here as well. What do you get when you get here? Well, first of all, when you land here in South Africa, we take care of everything. We make sure your accommodations are good. We make sure your airport pickups are perfect. There'll be somebody standing there with a sign. We also make sure that the places that you're going to visit are carefully curated for you, of course. And then you got to eat. So what do? We put you in a perfect scenario regardless of what city you're in, so you can actually have a great meal with friends and family, or even if you come by yourself, no problem, we're going to take care of that too. But isn't this amazing? So this is what we can do for you. So basically all you have to do is just reach out to us on our website, therealsouthafrica.com. And of course, once you get here, we got you. Now, of course, South Africa offers spa treatments. They're absolutely amazing. And a lot of people just love it simply because they never thought they can get a spa treatment in Africa. And then, of course, we always provide you guys with opportunities to see special animals out in their own environment and so forth. The only thing that you have to do at that point, after you've been afraid from the animals, is to get on the plane, come here to South Africa, and enjoy yourself. So we will see you here in what we like to call sunny South Africa. Oh, and by the way, you'll get an opportunity to shop as well. So book your trip today.
Thank you so much for spending time with us today. If you like what you saw, please subscribe and don't forget to hit the notifications button so you don't miss out on all things The Real South Africa. Thanks again.